Today we're going to be running a Sultai build. Now this deck loves to put things into the graveyard, but also taking things right back out. This is a very interesting deck that we ran into on the ladder. It was an opponent we had on one of our previous videos last week. It was a really cool deck that revolved around the Willowgeist and the Overslime. Now the Willowgeist is going to grow every single time a card leaves our graveyard, and the Overslime is going to grow every time a land leaves the battlefield and gets put into the graveyard. So it's a really interesting cycling effect that we have going on, where we want to put things in and then also take things out. How are we going to put things in the graveyard? We've got things like Old Rutstein as well as Witherbloom Command. Witherbloom Command is especially good because it puts things into the graveyard and then we take a land right back out, which triggers both, you know, the Willowgeist and the Overslime. And then taking things out of the yard, we have things like the Graveyard Shift as well as Ancient Green Warden, which again works really great with both because Ancient Green Warden takes things out of the yard, the graveyard, puts them onto the battlefield as a land, and it sacks itself, triggering both of these creatures over and over again for some really cool infinite loops. And then on the very, very top end, we splashed in one Harness Infinity. Now this is a very much a meme card that goes really big at the end game and works really well with our deck. And let's just say we were able to cast it in one of the games today. So stick around for that, and also stick around. There's going to be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video on how we built the deck, and then also there's a link in the description below for the deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, don't forget to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. Both go a very long way and help support and grow the channel. And with that being said, guys, enjoy today's games. Peace. Be sure to check out the new Swayze shop that just went live. Get yourself a really cool community-inspired t-shirt, all while helping support the channel. Links to the shop will be down below in the description. And with that being said, enjoy the games. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a Sultai deck for you. This Sultai deck is pretty sweet. I played a couple of games with it already, and there's a lot of really cool synergies in this deck, but it was based off of a deck that we ran into on ladder that I ran into in a previous video. I'm sure some of you saw, but very, very cool idea. I had to give it a shot myself to see how it felt, and we made our own version, of course, a little bit different, but I really wanted to play this card, the Slogurk Overslime. Yeah, this card's pretty sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and play this out first as a black source so we can get started right away. Let's get started right away. Obviously the storefronts and things like that play really well with the Overslime, so you kind of want to have those for that. But in this case, the way our mana lines up, it makes the most sense to just kind of get that out of the way now. We are against Selesnya. This definitely could be important to this matchup because if it's a enchantment deck, but don't think I really have much of a decision to make here. I think it's got to be this. Do I hold on to this, though, is the big question. Do I hold on to it to try to get the Overslime some more? Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. Try to get Overslime some more synergies off of it, because the Witherbloom Command doesn't exactly play super well with us until our creatures are on the board. That's the thing. We can start filling up the graveyard and that's cool, but until our creatures are on the board, it doesn't really do us any good. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go for the Overslime play first. This is a Naya deck, so I am guessing it's probably going to be runes and enchantments. I'm gonna get the Overslime first down, and then I'm gonna go with the Geist next into a Witherbloom Command, and we should see a double trigger if we're lucky enough on both the Overslime and the Geist. Could potentially be a really good little 1-2 punch. Fable the Mirror Breaker, not that scary. I mean, it is a scary card, but not right this second. It's not. All right. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Just trying to think of optimum play lines here. All right, I'm gonna go this route, and then we did get graveyard effects here, and we're gonna go ahead and pull back one of these. Let's grab the Riveteers because we already have an Obscura, and these both get triggered pretty good here, and the Overslime is gonna be absolutely massive here. Probably do another green. And now we got a 6/6 swinging in already, and the fact that it has 3 counters on it already means that we can bring it back to our hand and recast it and start the process all over if they do have removal for it. And when we return it to our hand, we're going to be able to pull 3 lands back from our graveyard as well. It's just super helpful because we have 3 in the yard, so that would be great. But so far so good, man. What a fantastic start we had here. We've already won 2 games with this deck. We lost a bunch before that trying to build the deck, you know, trying to play test and troubleshoot the problems in the deck. It was a completely different deck before, and I think I got it dialed in now. We've also got one copy of Harness Infinity, which is pretty exciting. I hope we get a chance to maybe showcase that card. I don't think I've ever even played that card, so I'm really stoked to maybe try it one time before it gets out of I don't even know, actually, does it get out of standard? I don't remember which set that card's from. It's from, what's that? Yeah, it will be going out. It's got us Strixhaven. What do they do here? Okay, so they are rune deck, so they're going to be drawing a card here. So they're just off to a pretty slow start for a rune deck, which is good for us, obviously, being able to get going with our 1-2 combo here. Kami's a bit of a problem, but as long as it doesn't get any bigger than my creatures, we're kind of chilling. Okay, they really want the treasure, which does make sense, but they're leaving themselves kind of exposed to an attack here from potentially some really big tramplers. So they're taking a gamble for sure to get that one treasure. How do we optimize both of these getting bigger? Probably with the recovery and obviously this land, right? I mean, let's just think this through though first before I go for it. Rutstein, Tainted Advisory or Indulgence. Yeah, I think we go here. And another black or blue? Probably black. And then man, I think recovery is the move here. All right, and then we just put as much pressure on them as possible. That's 10 damage. Now, I know that's not lethal, so there's a good chance they don't block with Kami here, and they don't. Wow, okay. So they go down to 2. We're at 22, so we're feeling really good about our life total. We've got another Witherbloom command, which will pump up the squad again. Pretty heavy, but I just wish there was a way to close the game out there, because now we're in the realm of turn 4 and 5 here, where Showdown of the Skulls and stuff is coming in. Things are going to get crazy for them here. They're going to start turning it up on the volume here quite a bit on these next couple of turns. This is where they typically in these types of rune decks start to play out 50 cards a turn onto the battlefield, and it gets a little bit hard to defend against. We'll see. I guess the scariest thing to see would be like a Jukai Naturalist into like a Runeforged Champion, but they don't have enough mana to do that sort of combo, so I'm feeling pretty safe here. They're probably going to get a lot more defensive here in this next turn. And we know Witherbloom Command's going to make a hit as far as being able to pull back a land, and it's going to be a very good land to make the Overslime very, very big. If they have some sort of exiling effect though, it could definitely blow up the game plan here. I really hope that's not the case. It's a Kami, okay. Yeah, if it would have been like a confinement circle or something like that, we would have been in a lot of trouble, but looks like we're gonna make it out of this okay. I think we just win here. Yeah, they're tapped out. They're tapped out. We actually just win here. All right, GG's. GG's. 24-0, and we had some massive creatures on deck here. And we drew into our Ancient Green Warden, which was kind of our end game, which is really nice, paired up with the Overslime. These two cards kind of go together extremely well. But that was a really clean, fun game there, man. Witherbloom Command being able to deal 2 straight to the face made things a lot simpler and easier for us. So love that card. The utility on that is really nice. On to the next one. That was clean. That was definitely clean. And I like that we beat runes because the previous match before that was against Boros and we won. So I'm feeling pretty good about the level of competitiveness this deck can provide. It's not exactly like a meta deck or anything, but it's at least competitive enough to hang, which is the whole goal of every video that I make. I just want everything to just kind of be able to be played and not get absolutely ran through every single game. So I feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna go ahead and play the storefront here so I can get the over slime down first before the command, kind of like we just did the last game. We're gonna try to focus on that sort of combo again, and in that way too we know the Witherbloom command is gonna hit the storefront, which is nice. Oh, another Geist, huh? And I can't afford to trade the Innkeeper with the Geist. The Geist is going to get too big and worth too much for us to trade with a simple Innkeeper here. Golgari so far, but with the World Tree, you never know what the heck this deck is potentially going to be able to do. That's annoying, I can't lie. I hope they don't make me sack here. I mean, if they do, I have another Geist, I guess. All right. Now, do we just want to gain the life? Or we probably want to kill the Innkeeper, right? That's probably a much higher value move for us. So let's do that. Let's kill the Innkeeper. It takes away their ability to just sack. I don't know. What do we want to do here? I already have another Obscura down low here. But it does continuously pump the Overslime, so I might as well. But yeah, we don't want to give them an easy sack with the Dumb Nathy here. So we'll do it that way. All right, and we have another 6/6 swinging through just like last game on turn 4. Pretty consistent with this combo so far. Pretty consistent. And we have a really good sack here with the Geist because we can replace the Geist pretty easily here. Would like to draw one more forest off the top of our deck maybe. That's why I was kind of potentially looking to grab this land. And that's because we're going to want to be able to play the Geist out. All right, that's fine. We get the forest back anyways. And everything gets a little bit bigger again. Geist gets up a little bit bigger. And we've got the Overslime now with a bunch of possibilities in hand here. They sacked their Dumnathi. Wow. Interesting. All right, we're just going to go ahead and basically rinse, repeat here. Rinse, repeat here. They're at 13 life total. We've got plenty of land here to work with. We've got a colossal sky turtle almost ready to go. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we need 2 more lands. And they are ramping up as well. And they do have blood on the snow mechanics, obviously, with the blood, with the snow mana showing. So we got to be worried about that a little bit. They're probably going to draw a card, I would assume. They transform. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, then that Sky Turtle bounce seems like a pretty solid idea right now. Which does cost 2 to channel, right? 1, 2, and then there's also 3 mana left over. So Old Rutstein seems like a pretty solid play here. Storefront comes down. Everything's kind of going smooth right now. So far, so smooth. All right, we're going to take a black source just in case we draw the Harness Infinity play. And we'll go ahead and channel this. Bounce this. Get in for another 5, down to 8. Looking to close here, but we're in the realm of blood on the snow now, so things get a little strange for us. If they blood on the snow the board here, there's a really strong chance we lose this game. Okay, it's an Innkeeper. Good. That means they didn't have the land drop for it at least. And a Morbid Opportunist, that's also fine. We got plenty of trample stuff, so we're looking good. Oh, that's a good find as well. It's a really good find. All right. The 2 damage could mean a lot here. The 2 damage might actually do more for us here. 5. Oh, I cancel. Let me see here. So we get potentially 5, 6. 6 at the lowest going over the top. 3, 4. They eat 2 of it. This gets a little bit bigger as well. Yeah, I don't know if the 2 is going to necessarily make that big of a difference. So we'll just take the innkeeper out. I don't know the math if it lines up or not, but we're going to try a different path here. All right. And I'm not going to play out the second Willow Geist here just in case they do have the sweeper, because I'm sure Meat Hook Massacre and some sort of sweepers are going to be in our future here. So I'm going to just try to get through this. I am going to actually, though, cycle out the land here just in case we find something off the top that can pump the team up. No. Okay. They have to block the 9. So Morbid Opportunist is gone. And the other 2 get through. And they're down to 0. Perfect. Let's go. Okay, the math add. Okay, thank goodness that that worked out the way it did. That was a lot of math to be doing back and forth, you know, looking at your graveyard. And also it was a lot of guess math. So let me kind of explain what I was doing there. So with the Witherbloom command, it has the opportunity to deal 2 damage straight to the face, or we take out the Innkeeper. And obviously the 2 to the face deals 1 extra damage as opposed to killing the Innkeeper, because the Innkeeper can only block up to 1 point of damage because of our things with trample. So I do know getting the 2 damage off was going to be worth more in the long run, but we didn't know exactly what we were going to mill off the top of our decks. Depending on how many lands we hit would have depended upon how big the Overseer or the Overlook got. So it was a gamble, right? So I took the more surefire shot, but it still worked out and we got lethal. So GG's. I hope that makes sense. I know that was a lot to kind of explain and what my brain was trying to do there and figure out, but yeah, I think that in the long run we made the right decision, because you never know how big the slime was going to get. And if that Innkeeper was still alive for more than another turn, we would have been in trouble. This hand is not great. Actually, it's not bad. We can Colossus Sky Turtle to the graveyard and work our way up to graveyard shift, getting it back, you know, on turn 5. So I guess it's not the worst thing. And we have a turn 2 bounce, you know, technically. And then we've also got a we don't have any blue though. I just realized that. That's tough. Okay. But yeah, we've got a turn 2 bounce potentially if we find blue, and then we've also got a turn 3 kill spell. So either way, looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now so we can get the inscription off on curve here. We're up against a swamp, so we don't really know what we're up against just yet, but we'll go green again. We need more green than we do black, so get the green in. Orzov, okay, acquisitions expert, interesting. Yeah, we can get the I don't want to be bouncing things, I don't think. Plus, we don't have the blue, so let's get the Sky Turtle in there. Ooh, that's a decent find. It's a decent find. It's a good body to block the expert with, and it could potentially ramp us up. And that's going to be nice. A little bit of Orzov discard, though. You hate to see that. Oh, and they're going to make our plays more expensive now. That's not fun. Hopefully, we top deck a Witherbloom command. That would be a perfect answer for the Spellbinder. Being able to -1 on the toughness. Killing it pretty cleanly. They take my reanimator spell, which is fair. I mean, they don't want me to get back to Sky Turtle. It makes sense. There's some ramp. We love that, but it is a blue land we just lost out on, so that's kind of annoying. We probably should just take care of the Spellbinder now, shouldn't we? Or I don't know. I don't know. What's in the graveyard? Sky Turtle. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I don't think they're gonna drop any other threats worse than the Spellbinder. I don't know though. Anything that this inscription can take care of, I think it's gonna. I think that's, you know, one of the better things it can kill, potentially. So we'll leave it at that. That should be fine. I do need the Rutstein to hit one more land off the top of our deck to guarantee that we can get the Ancient Green Warden in this next turn, and from there we can kind of spam those sacrificial lands. Or we can, you know, top deck a land that's not a tap land would be great. Holding on to the Balagad Recovery might have been a mistake. We'll obviously find out here pretty soon. With the Luminarch is fine because I can kind of weather the storm for a little while. Yep, I had a feeling that was going to be the card called out there. Oh, nice. We got a double whammy here. Love that. Okay. So with the Ancient Green Warden being kind of off the table right now, maybe the play is to just reanimate the Sky Turtle. Put some pressure on him. That might be the move. Maybe force them to block down the road. It does have ward and it's hard to kill. Obviously Orzov is always scary because of its exiling abilities, but again, you know, having ward 2 helps a lot. So I'm hoping it'll be okay. Sweepers are obviously a problem though. Oh, they get 2 cards to choose from, Ancient Green Warden or Balagad, but either way I get one of them back, so I get Balagad, so we're all right. They're doing a good job though of making me really annoyed not being able to play the cards when I want to play them and stuff. It's pretty annoying, but they're about to start taking some heat here for sure. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I think I'm gonna Balagad Recovery my Graveyard Shift and get another turtle. That seems fun. That seems pretty fun. Just really layer on the pressure here, going over the top in the air. They can't block it, and next turn I could play this at instant speed, so maybe they force some sort of discard mechanic down. Then I play it at instant speed and you know, return. Gosh darn it. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's an exiling effect for the turtle here, and it's going to be able to hit because they have that 2 additional mana. So that's a bit annoying, I can't lie. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to come back from this unless we draw on Tainted Indulgence a couple of times to refuel our hand. We're going to be in a bit of a problematic situation here because I don't think we can come back from this. I don't know, to be honest. We didn't find our early threats in this game, which would have helped obviously a lot, but we have a lot of life to spare, so let's just let this get through. Save our blocks for bigger things. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Let's take out the Luminarch, the biggest problem on the board currently. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just need a land that comes in untapped here. So let's grab an island. End our turn. Let's allow them to get the little 1/1 counter with the Wandering Emperor, which is not ideal. It isn't ideal, but as long as we can get the Sky Turtle down and it's protected for at least a turn here, we'll be all right. A second Wandering Emperor would be super annoying, but I mean, it would win them the game, that's for sure. We will see.
This fight.
Another 4 getting through, and I am going to block it this time. We should probably start looking to block, maybe. Hard to tell, but we'll see. Nope, I don't think so. It's a nice try though, bud. And that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to make them, you know, cast a spell, draw something out of their hand. Oh, nice. Tainted Indulgence off the top. We've already lost 2, though. That's also extremely good. Okay. I'm going to save this just in case they make me discard again. In the meantime, do we go for their face and just keep that pressure going? Because they can't really block in the air. I think I'm going to keep the pressure going. That might be a mistake not getting rid of the Wandering Emperor. But as of right now, all I can really do is create low to the ground creatures, which we should be okay with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 2 blues, so we do have to drop 1 more green source at some point. So I'm gonna hold on to this to discard, but hopefully they don't make me discard because I kind of need it next turn. I kind of need it to make this Harness Infinity work. Oh, it's going to be such a good Harness Infinity too. All right. They dropped the Luminarch, which means they don't really have an answer for the Sky Turtles. That's good news. It's really good news, actually.
Remember your training.
I'm pretty excited to cast this Harness Infinity though, man. I really hope we're able to pull it off. 1, 2, 3 greens. Oh, we actually, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3 greens. We need a black source. I actually didn't even notice that. We do need a black source to make this work. So we actually should do the blood token and get rid of the pathway here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, we have to. Shoot, I don't actually have the right mana. That's a bit annoying. All right, no blocks. We're gonna take this damage, unfortunately, and we're gonna hope for the best here off the top. Obviously, the old Rutstein as well. Trying to find a black source should be pretty easy. Being able to get a treasure and whatnot. We might have to play defensively on this next turn here, playing the blocks game. We're gonna try to up our odds though of finding that black source. That's not bad. That's also not bad. Okay, we've got options here. Shoot, pretty decent options too. I think the best play we could possibly make here is dropping the Swirling Sky. Drop the Swirling Sky, make a block this turn if they want to attack, and then just go over the top for 12 on the next turn and potentially win the game. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, yeah, that's the safest play. It's kind of a shame that we didn't get to play the Harness Infinity here, but this is definitely the move, I think, obviously, to try to close out and win this game. We gotta hope their top deck's not amazing. Obviously, Doomscars, things like that. I mean, Doomscar actually wouldn't even be that bad though, because we have the Swirling Sky now. So if it dies, we have a pretty cool response to that. If they top deck the Wandering Emperor, now we're really in trouble because exiles, you know. I got to imagine it's not that though, because they would have instantly been like, pass the turn and let's get them here. All right. It really bums me out though that we were this close to, you know, having the solo Infinity in hand here and almost being able to cast it. That'd been so much fun. Would have been so much fun. Oops, wrong one. You and say go. All right, I think that was just a desperation attack here just because they have nothing else they can do. But it also could be Meat Hook Massacre, which would be, that'd be really bad. But again, not the end of the world because we have the Swirling Sky. Wow, they really did top deck the Meat Hook Massacre. Kind of crazy, I can't lie. Kind of crazy. All right, so Swirling Sky is going to allow us to mill and then return 2 instant sorcery cards, which would be our Graveyard and Witherbloom, or actually Graveyard and probably the Inscription, huh? All right, that's fine. Let it happen. But do we lose life here? We don't die, so that's good. They're gonna gain 3 life though. How annoying. How annoying. Well, we might actually see the Harness Infinity though, so that's kind of cool, I guess. All right, how do we proceed now? Now that I'm thoroughly annoyed, what do we do here? All right, we found our black source. Huge. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can kill this and bring back. Is that the move, or is the move to bring back Swirling Sky? Maybe it's to bring back Swirling Sky at instant speed here, and then we could just kill one of these for... Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do the non-kicker cost here, destroy you, and then we'll Swirling Sky, which will then, you know, be able to block the expert here. And we'll say go. We do have a problem with that meat hook, obviously. You know, pinging us for 1 damage each turn is not great. Maybe we should have prioritized potentially grabbing like a Witherbloom command to blow that up. So there's going to be a potential issue in that department. But let's go get the Swirling Sky. Kill that. And that's pretty good. All right, still can't play Harness Infinity just yet. Gotta really focus. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of screwed that up, I think. I don't think that might have been the play. Maybe the play was to make them discard the single card. I don't know what's in their hand right now, which is kind of scary. Because I could have kicked this, killed this, you know, make them discard that. But I don't know what it is. I think getting rid of this card in their hand might be more important than killing the 2/2, because I do have the blocker here. But what if it's an instant speed Wandering Emperor? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is here. There is no right answer. It's a guessing game, really, but I'm going to make them discard the card. I don't know what it is. I just... That's a land. Okay. We had to be safe. We had to be safe. Opponents currently at 13 life total. We are at 3. We have Harness Infinity, which it could save us here for sure and close this game out. But I'm going to need another turn to make sure it works out. I may actually just cast it at sorcery speed here and use the cards that are given to me, like the lands and stuff, to give this trample. I don't know. The heart's beating pretty good here, though, because this is an intense game I don't want to really lose. And maybe... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're going to definitely play the Harness Infinity here. Well, then we got 2 blue lands. I'm trying to think of how to cast this and maybe get the Witherbloom command off for 2. But the mana doesn't actually add up there. The mana doesn't check out, unfortunately. That's kind of cool, though. I could actually attack in and then play out the second Swirling Sky, bouncing this out of the yard or out of the battlefield, and then making them, you know, bounce a few things as well. Oh man, I hate this. I hate this so much. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm going to play the more meme way, and I understand it's probably not the correct way. The correct way would probably be to attack with the bird and the 3/3 and potentially play another bird, bouncing the other one. I think that's the right move. I'm going to do the incorrect move, though, because I really want to play Harness Infinity. I really want to play Harness Infinity. Let's do it. I may regret this. I may actually lose the game because of this decision, but it does give me Witherbloom command, which does get rid of this, and I think that's really important when we're sitting at 3 life total currently, because you never know what's going to happen. Because even blocks aren't technically good for us, because if the creature dies, they're getting 1 damage closer to winning the game. They are going to be able to return a 2. They're probably looking to make me discard here, I would assume. Good thing they don't have 2 party creatures, though, so I can give them the Swirling Sky. I could cast the Harness Infinity in response to... All right, so they don't know about the Harness Infinity at all. Like, they have no clue. So grabbing the Silencer is a bold move, but I think it's the incorrect move. Trying to make me discard would probably be the better move, but that still wouldn't work. I don't think they have a good move, unfortunately, but they don't know that. I mean, this is probably, and technically this is the best move if they name Harness Infinity, but yeah, there's no way they would. They just don't know about it yet, so yeah, that's a problem. Shoot. That's a card that's going to continuously annoy us for the next couple of turns. They may attack. I mean, they may want to, yeah, I was gonna say they may want to actually just get the 1 point of damage in from the meat hook. So here we go. Harness Infinity, ladies and gentlemen. Harness Infinity. First things first. Gain life. Destroy this. I think that's the most important thing I can do at the moment. All right. Next thing. You come down. We need to get you big. There's so many options here. I just don't know what the right option would be. But we're gonna try our best here. What do we need? Black and green, right? Swamp Island. So we need Riveteers. Riveteers. We'll probably choose, what do we want? Black or green? Probably black. And then back rows. And what do we do now? Do we bounce this back to their hand, slowing them down a bit? I don't know. Oh, good game. I'm so sorry. I hate taking that long, but I mean, look at our hand. I had to really slow that down at the end there. I feel really bad for having to play that slow because I'm sure that was really annoying for them to watch, because I do technically have the win. It's just a matter of time about like how I could figure out to make that win happen in the most optimum way. So that was going to take me a little while, but Harness Infinity, guys, we got to see the card come down finally. So that was pretty awesome. And that was a really fun game, man. GG. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to break the deck down now in full, but before I do so, I just want to say a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who's made it this far into the video. Thank you very, very much. And we're going to break this thing down now. Also, you know, the YouTube algorithm loves to see the watch time. So again, just really big special thank you and appreciation that you guys made it this far. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video enough to do so. But let's take a look at the deck. So again, this deck was inspired by an opponent we ran into on the ladder. I'm sure you'll see, if you guys saw the previous videos, you'll see this deck had popped up. Mostly the only two cards I can recall them playing similar to ours. There obviously might be more cards in this deck that are similar, but these are the two that stuck out to me: the Willowgeist and the Overslime. And those are the two cards I just threw in here as a 4-ofs, and I'm like, let's build around these two guys. And that's where we started this base at, and from there I just kind of started building and going with what we had. And I know our opponent, I remember them using a mechanic like flashback to exile things out of their graveyard by playing those flashback costed cards, and I tried that. It just didn't seem very consistent. It was a little slow, and as far as building up our team, so I shook it around and I was like, you know, let's just make this a reanimator deck. Reanimator decks, for me personally, I feel like are very powerful because they have one really explosive card like Graveyard Shift. Get something back from the graveyard that's worth getting back, something very big, and you know, you could potentially win the game. And in our case, we had things we can get back that also synergize extremely well with the deck. Things like Green Warden and the Swirling Sky. So now I was cooking. I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. We want to get the graveyard filled up. Green Warden can then trigger, you know, the Overslime. The Swirling Sky also gets things back from our graveyard to our hand. So all these things are starting to work out pretty good, and the synergies are starting to build. And from there, I just kind of, I went forward and started filling in all the empty slots. Obviously, Rutstein makes a lot of sense in any Sultai, you know, Reanimator deck. It makes a lot of sense to ramp up to these big spells, and also filling in the graveyard up, which is great. We also, you know, had Tainted Indulgence was a no-brainer, you know, drawing cards in the late game, but also cycling through the things we don't want in our hand early game is really nice. And then Witherbloom Command came to me a little bit later, which is kind of crazy because I'm like, why did this not go in the deck right away? The fact that it can mill out these cards to the graveyard and then we can pull back a land is so beyond good if we have these two cards down. You saw how good those two cards plus Witherbloom Command could be. It's insane. It's so good, especially when we're getting back these sack lands. It triggers, you know, the Overslime. It's just so good. It potentially could, you know, get the Overslime upwards to like 8 in turn 4 because, you know, these sack lands, and depending on how many lands it can hit into the graveyard, it's a really sweet combo. And then I also really like the idea of the Inscription of Ruin because it's a really great removal card, but it also allows us to bring back a Geist if we need to. So it's a nice little utility card. And then also if you can kick it and you get the discard effect too, it's really, really great. And then lastly, we have the Sky Turtle and Harness Infinity. So Harness Infinity, I just wanted to try. I splashed one of these in here because why not? It's so cool. It's such a good card, and I've never played it before, and I really wanted to get a shot at playing it before it goes. And Sky Turtle was a no-brainer too because of the fact that how big it was and the fact that you can get it into the graveyard and also pull things back out of the graveyard. Plays, I think, really well with the idea of this deck. So, and of course, we went again with these sack lands, and we wanted to make sure we had enough basics to continuously, you know, cycle through these. And so there's only a few, you know, one-ofs of every sort of dual land here. But yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun with this one. I'm surprised we made it as good as it was, because at first, I'm telling you guys, we probably went 0-5, 0-6 with this thing when we were trying to do the flashback stuff, and it was we were having some close games where we were just about to get them closed out, and we just couldn't do it. There was just no staying power, and this one feels a lot better. I don't know why, it just feels really, really good. But I hope you guys enjoy it, man, and have fun with this one. But that will conclude today's video. Huge shout out as always goes to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the group of people here that, you know, support the channel through the membership program, so always got to give them a huge shout out and appreciation. And also, I am trying my best to probably this weekend, if I have some time, run out and grab a box of Streets of New Capenna so we can do a box opening. We haven't done one in a while, and I want to make sure we get a box of New Capenna for everyone to on the memberships, you know, program to watch that video of us opening a box and having some fun with that. It's just a little bonus that the members get here on the channel, so want to make sure we hold up, you know, our end on that. And so I'm going to be looking to get a box here pretty soon. And then yeah, I think that's going to do it. And I know we've had a lot of new members too recently in the recent days, so thank you guys so much. I appreciate that a lot. We've been seeing a lot of growth in that department, so I appreciate you all very much for that support. It helps a lot, more than you might know. And yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to make sure I gave proper appreciation, and that will conclude today's video. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another one. Of course, got a lot of really cool ideas this week, so be sure to click on all the videos this week, hit those notification bells, because this week I have a lot of really fun ideas. I hope they all pan out, but we'll see. We're gonna get grinding on them right now. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Spacey, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.